Hi there boys and girls, Brucey here, and today I am talking about this, the Zoom H4n, possibly one of the most used pieces of equipment in my studio, particularly for composing. I've done other videos on this, please see the links below about how I use samples and how I do lots of sampling of strange sounds and manipulating them to form unique and different instruments. But that's a story for another video. Today I want to talk about how you use this as a multi-track recorder. It can be used as a basic 4-track recorder. As part of the series of songwriting tips, I'm going to be looking at a couple of different setups that I have to get the songwriting process going. We're going to look at a couple of different rigs that I have for songwriting, starting from smaller, medium and large little setups that I have that I can take anywhere depending on the task that I need to do. So we're going to start off with the smallest of the small, and that is my very, very basic sketch pad, the Zoom H4n. Now, first off, obviously, why I use this, or perhaps I have a Tascam as well, I don't always use this in multi-track mode. What I can do with this is use it just as a basic recorder to recapture ideas. Using the stereo mics, they are great. So if I'm thrashing out something on acoustic guitar or even on the guitar, just plonk this down, leave it recording. Again, if I'm doing a jam session or just noodling around at home working on ideas, I'll just stick this on and leave it recording. If I've come up with a progression or something along those lines which I want to take a step further, then I will move this into multi-track mode. So I'm going to show you how easy it is and what you can actually do with this.
Okay, so the first step we need to do is get into multi-track record. As I said here, if I'm just recording guitar ideas, drums, whatever, just using the stereo mics here as a stereo track, that's all well and good. But what we can do here is if we go to menu, we have to scroll down and we get to mode. Under mode, if we hit mode, we have stereo 4-channel. 4-channel is useful if you want to record the 2 stereo mics and the 2 inputs at the same time. As I mentioned, you could use that for perhaps doing drum miking or miking a drum kit and keyboards and vocals, or a whole variety of 4 different mic combinations. But what we're interested in is the multi-track mode. So let's hit multi-track. And it's loading, and now we're set into multi-track mode. What we have here is the input and input 1 and input 2, so you can have them both on at the same time, 2 on and 1 off. So currently in input 1 I have my helix, which we saw here. There is the helix connected into the input, and sorry, I'd have this a little bit easier if I wasn't trying to do a video. Okay, so I've got input 1 selected and I want to route that to track 1. All we do is there, let's turn the volume down, that's gone a bit loud. We can adjust the input gain as we would do through the normal inputs on the side. Let's see what kind of level we got. A bit hot. Let's turn the input level down. Okay, so all we have to do now is hit record and then hit play. So I've got my idea, I'm just going to play some chords. So that's my song idea, or the basis of the track that I'm going to maybe work on. So now I want to do an overdub. So all I do is select track 2, turn off track 1, and hit return to 0. And I can play along with it if I just hit play. Okay, I quite like that. Let's record that down as an idea. Return to 0, hit record, and let's go for it. And so on. And then if I want to just move to track 3, because I've got another part I want to put down, over to track 3, back to the beginning, and you get the idea. Well, that's a bit of a mess, but what I would probably do is probably put a bass line down. Let's actually try that. Let's go back to the beginning. I've got a bass here. Let's record that. A bit scrappy, but that's what we have because I'm doing a demo. And then if you press the enter button on any of you scroll down, absolutely not there, get off of that. As we scroll here, it's very hard to make these out, but you can then go into a specific track and adjust the level of it and the panning. So you've got some basic features. So this really is a very, very basic 4-track recorder, but it's great for getting ideas done. What I might also do is put a metronome in, so I've got a click track, or with an iPad run a drum loop into there, something to play along with, and I just put that on one of the tracks, and that gives me 3 tracks. So as a very, very fundamental 4-track recorder, which takes me back to working with cassette recorders back in the day, this is a really, really good solution, and it helps you just get your ideas down.
All it's left for me to say is I hope you found that useful. A great tool here. So many uses that this device has, and obviously the newer one now, the H4n Pro even, well worth as a tool you have as part of your arsenal. This, again, you can even do very basic drum recording with this, with 4 tracks. Use the stereos pair as an overhead, and kick drum mic and snare mic, and you've got a good 4 drum mic technique set up there. So it's such a powerful device. I probably should do a video of all the features of this device. I hope you found that useful. I've been Brucey. If you like my channel, please do hit the subscribe button below and tell your friends, share the videos. That would be absolutely great. You guys make this channel happen, and I will catch you later.